All right, so welcome everyone. My name is Melissa, and we're excited you're joining us here live today, or maybe you're watching the replay. This call has been inspired by several of us being at the recent Dallas convention. So, Lifewave's 20th anniversary. It was packed with so much knowledge, and it was very, very inspiring. And so there's a few of us on this call today who were there at the Dallas convention together, and we would love to share our takeaways from this experience. And if you're new to Lifewave and you're here as a guest, welcome. We're going to share a lot of different information with you today, and we'll share a little bit about the patches themselves just so that you are aware of what they are, so you have like a good solid foundation. And then we'll go into the two new launches coming for Lifewave and share our takeaways from this incredible event. And so I'll just share a little disclaimer. This call is for informational purposes only. We're not doctors. I'm not a doctor. We're not here to treat or diagnose or treat any disease. So if you have any questions about your health, please check with your healthcare practitioner. We're here simply just to give some great information, and the person that invited you here will help you to have any questions that you may have get answered. So let's just start quickly today with a little bit of foundations around what X39 is. X39 is the flagship patch for Lifewave, and this is the patch that has changed the course of Lifewave's history. So we are a 20-year-old company, and David Schmidt is our inventor. He's our CEO. He is our founder. He is the man behind this technology. So this patch that I'm wearing right here, this is a non-transdermal patch, and this is a wearable light technology. So even though Lifewave has been around for 20 years, so maybe you've heard of it or maybe you haven't, but this specific patch, the X39, has been on the market for 5 years. So we have a 20-year patent on this patch, and we are in our 4th year of that 20-year patent. So David has invented other patches. And we're not just a patch company anymore. We are shifting into what we are now a life technology company, which you're going to learn about on this call. So I'll just give you, like I said, a little foundation around what this patch is. It's completely non-transdermal. And so what that means is that there is absolutely nothing passing through your skin. There's nothing going into your body, nothing at all. So if you see this white part of the patch, so around it is an adhesive, like the sticky part to stick to your skin. And then the white part right here, that is a crystal lattice structure. It's a lattice structure, and in that it's completely sealed. It has organic materials and like little tiny little nanocrystals, and it is a lattice structure that is reflective. So our bodies emit infrared light and heat. We're light beings, which we know today that can be measured. And so our body's own heat and light is what is powering this patch. So when you place the patch on your body, it's going to start to send low levels of light that is attuned to a naturally occurring peptide in your body called GHKCU copper peptide. And there's so much research around this copper peptide. It is the holy grail of anti-aging. Lots of studies, you can look that up. And when this peptide is elevated, this is what is activating your own dormant stem cells. And if you know anything about stem cells, they are the template or the building blocks to everything in your body. So when you're wearing the patch, your body's own intelligence is going to guide where these stem cells will move and shift in your body. So they'll become whatever cell your body needs. So maybe it's like a cell for your thyroid or for your brain or for your liver or for your knee. It's really so unique to you, which is why there's such a broad range of benefits of wearing this patch. It's unique to you. And so the two new technologies that David has invented supports this. It supports healthy stem cell production. And like I said, X39 is our foundation. It is our flagship product. This is what we always use. It's our go-to. And then, of course, there are the other supportive patches as well if you choose to use those. So that's the foundation. You put this patch on in the morning, you leave it on for 12 hours on during the day, and then you take it off and you can throw it away. Or a lot of us actually put the used patches on our pets, because our pets are also light beings, and they can also benefit from this. And what we always say is that while you're patching, you want to make sure that you stay hydrated, which we'll talk a little bit more about that later on today's call. And so, how long do you wear this patch? Do I have to keep doing this? Is this an everyday thing, or is it like a just until thing? And so it is different for everyone. It really just depends on what your goals are. So for me personally, my goals are longevity. My goals are overall wellness, vitality. For me, fitness recovery, prevention, juicy skin. And so I'm wearing this patch until I'm no longer living on this earth physically, because this is one of my tools in my toolbox, just like many other tools that I have in my toolbox to support that longevity, vitality, overall wellness, and of course, prevention. So this patch can be many things for many people, but know that time in this case is your friend. So when you're wearing the patches, so the longer you wear the patch, the more compounding effects it has and the more benefits you gain, the more results you'll see from this technology. So if you're looking at something that's like chronic, like something that someone has been navigating for a longer period of time, you want to give it more time because the body needs that time to get into balance. So that's a little bit of foundation. We want to share with you today some of the technologies that will be coming out with Lifewave within the first quarter of next year. So the quarter would be within the first 4 months of next year. So these technologies are going to support the patches. They'll support the foundation that we are currently building right now. And we just want to make sure we're getting our bodies into the best possible state, because when you use X39, it upregulates or resets a third of your genes back to their younger, healthier, youthful state, activating those stem cells and helping your body repair and regenerate at a cellular level. All right. So let's just get right into the first two new products that are coming out with Lifewave. So we have Lifewave Cellergize technology, and David Schmidt has created supplements, so like powders. So we have a morning supplement powder and then an evening supplement powders. So the ingredients that David has put into these powders, they're designed for a very specific reason, and it's a revolutionary way of doing it. So those of us that were at the conference and convention in Dallas, this is not what it's going to look like. This is just our sample package that we got. And within that, we got 2 a.m. morning powders, and then we got 2 p.m. evening powders. And so we got to test it out and try. Again, these aren't going to be out until first quarter of next year. So we'll talk about the daytime and the nighttime formula. So if you have ever listened to David Schmidt's videos, the owner, the inventor, he always, if you listen on his Zooms, he's always giving little tips and recommendations for supplements and vitamins and minerals and herbs and oils that will help assist our body to get into balance, because we know that the body needs nutrients and our soils are nutrient deficient. So when one looks at disease, one looks at the nutrient deficiencies, and then we also look at the overload of toxicities. So David is always saying, you could use this natural substance to help with this issue or this vitamin or that mineral. So David has brought together the best of everything all together in order to support our bodies as we are patching. So instead of having like this supplement on this counter and this supplement in your cabinet and this here and that there, everything is going to now be all together. And so we know that, our modern diets do often lack proper nutrition, which affects our patching results. So for example, for vegans, they may lack in alanine. So if they're not eating dairy, which can affect the effectiveness of X39 or carnosine. So then beta alanine or copper supplements are recommended. So you may, if you're a brand partner here, then you may have heard a lot of us say, or David Schmidt say, or others say, like, eat your dark chocolate or have your cacao or eat liver if you like liver to make sure that you have enough copper in your diet to support the X39 patch function, because we need copper in our diet for that GHKCU, that peptide, to bind to. And so the morning formula, the morning powder for our day supports our daytime patches. So during the day, we patch with X39. Many people also patch with X49 or energy enhancer or glutathione. I personally got to try these samples, and with the morning powder, I felt like my brain just like turning on, and I just felt a lot more like alert and on. And so we are going to also hear from a couple of the girls here who are at convention, but I'm just going to go quickly into the nighttime formula. And so the nighttime formula, this one supports the nighttime patches if you choose to wear them, such as Alavita or Silent Night. And for me, when I tried the evening patches, I stirred the powder into my water, and I had like a little bit of a headache that evening. And then after drinking the water with the supplements, with the powders, within 10 minutes, I started to feel my headache start to dissolve and just really felt that like turn down. I already take a supplement of magnesium at night. So that's part of my routine, but I'll touch on a couple of the key ingredients that are in these powders, magnesium being one of them, and also a couple other key ingredients are in these as well. So, as I said, magnesium, we know that majority of people on the planet are magnesium deficient. So taking these powders twice a day will give you a couple of 100 milligrams, which is the typical dose. And the big key ingredient that you need to know about these powders is the sea buckhorn fruit extract. So this not only provides the antioxidants, but it is huge in aiding in the stem cell activation. And we know that that's going to go hand in hand with the X39 and the X49. So having the sea buckhorn put in there is a big reason actually why these have been delayed, because we did hear about this earlier this year, but they've been delayed coming to market because David really wanted to have something in there that will help support that stem cell activation. So another key ingredient you'll find in the powders is beta alanine and creatine. And David talks a lot about creatine, and like, yes, we know creatine improves the muscle strength, but it also improves cardiovascular health and brain health and cognition. And so the last one I'll mention, there's more, but just to give you an idea, the powders have potassium. And so most people are deficient in potassium, which supports hydration, which hydration is crucial for patch effectiveness. And we talk about this all of the time, like having water, drinking water and being hydrated when you're using the patches. It's so important. And there's more ingredients, and I'll let you know of how you can find out what the rest of the ingredients are afterwards. But we have, like I said, a couple of the ladies here who were at the Dallas convention, and let's hear like a quick testimonial from those of you that did try it. So I will pass the mic over to On, if you're open and available, to share a little testimonial about how your experience was with the sample of the powders.
Amazing. Thank you, Mel. Okay, so when I first drank the AM powder, it was like, how do I describe it? My body just felt really at ease, but it also felt a sense of energy, but not like when you drink coffee or something. I don't drink coffee anymore. I mean, I haven't for years, but it's not that same sensation. I just felt alert and very much so in my body, and my body loved the powders, like loved it. And it's kind of like a sense of like, oh, I didn't know what my body was missing until I took these in. And then the same thing for the PM. We were going all day long at convention. And so my mind was still very much like active and activated when we went back into our room. And when we drank the powders before bed, um, I just felt like this really sense of like calm and ease. And then like as soon as I laid down, I just fell asleep and I slept so well. And I do not sleep well when I am away from my bed typically. And I just passed out. And so it is a gift. I will say when I can sleep when I'm away from home and away from my dog. So I want to keep it short and I'll pass it to Ariel now. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to reunite with our crew, our convention crew. Okay, so I work with a lot of energy. So I'm a great worker. So I do with like every day I'm like working with the energy field of Earth wherever I find myself in. I know that like when I heard about a supplement coming up, I already feel that okay, that will be interesting because I could already feel in the information field that it will be very beneficial with the patch. And when I get to try it, consume it physically, I just feel like it's like a slight light implosion. As it's not like dramatic, but it's just like my body just naturally, oh, it feels good. It's like something that I need. And I think the significant thing is that when I was in the 6,000 people convention, I was like just suddenly found myself sitting at the back and doing a lot of purging for the people all around, like the lineage and all that. And then I find that like it's so at ease. Like my body, this spiritual, like our body is such like is a technology. Our body is a very advanced spiritual technology. And I find that, oh my God, like the in I was wearing patches and the supplement that I had in the morning helped to make this whole technology function better. I could do a lot more energetic work through this body effortless. So that's particular how I use it. And even it tastes so good. It tastes so good. I find I'm missing it. And even though afterwards, we only had like 2 days of sample, the both formula. I feel like the effects still stay on for continuously. And but I would love to have it as a regular supplement because right now my lifestyle is great, but you know, when I'm back to, you know, with the city, the family, I'm in Mexico City right now traveling. So it would be different when the like the life demands more. And I think even like I was thinking about my niece and nephew, they would love to drink it too because it tastes so good. It actually tastes good. It's not like those like yucky artificial protein or whatever. Yeah, so that's a big plus.
Beautiful. Thank you, ladies. Yeah, it does taste good. I like the taste. Um, thank you, thank you. And for those of you that are already brand partners and you're looking for the full ingredients, you want to know exactly what's in it, you can check that in your back office. And if you are new to all of this, you just ask the person that invited you here and they could give you a PDF of the full ingredients list. And the one thing I actually also want to mention is that in addition to the magnesium that's in the formula, in the PM formula, it also has an enzyme called, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, nattokinase. And if you know anything about the last several years of like what happened, 2020, that whole situation, this is a powerful enzyme that will help to get rid of some of those toxins that may have been put into your body, right? So these formulas are really packed full of incredible nutrients, and it's also the right amounts to be able to help support the body in its production of not only the stem cells, but everything else that it needs to function optimally. So this all works synergistically. So the Lifewave patches, the supplements, and then the new light technology that is coming out that On will talk a little bit more about. And this is all designed to work together. And so these products, they support energy, they support cellular expression, they support gene expression, and all of these are really easy to integrate into your daily routines. So I am going to pass the word over to An, and she's going to share about the second new light technology that's coming out with Lifewave that has never been on this planet before. So we're really excited about this. Save the best for last. Okay, so take it away, An.
Thanks, Mel. I love that. Never been seen before on the planet. Let's just emphasize that. So I want to just start by, I'm going to share my screen in a moment, but I want to just see a show of hands of who is obsessed with water. Like, I just want to see who is obsessed with drinking water, good quality water. Okay. And let's start. Can you guys see that? Yes, perfect. Okay. So I actually want to begin with how David even came to all of this. So, and I'm going to share clip notes of the presentation that we received at convention. And if you want the full 2-hour download from David, get back with the person who shared this link with you, and they will share that link with you, so you can watch the whole thing if you're interested. So David always looks to God, to the Bible, and to nature as his source for guidance in his inventions and his creations. And his overarching intention is world peace. He jokes that every year his mother-in-law asks him for Christmas, "What do you want?" And he says, "World peace." And so she's like, "Okay, I'll give it a shot." But he says himself, he's obsessed with this, and this is really what guides him. And so when he was looking at the patch system and seeing like how the variations of like a lot of people do receive great results, but he wants to see like everybody receive amazing results. And what he figured out was it comes down to our water, our hydration. And so he looked, what he did was he actually created a new material using tin and oxygen, and then he exposed it to a special type of electromagnetic and longitudinal field. And you can see more of that in the presentation. And he also looked at lobsters. And so why lobsters? Lobsters can defy aging. So some have been found to be over 130 years old, and their muscle tissues remain young and healthy as they get older. And so lobsters don't age due to normal aging processes. They don't die, they don't die from old age. They die from being killed by predators like humans, or outgrowing their shells, or getting sick, but definitely not from old age. So he was looking at this, and there's a scientific theory that it has to do with the lobster's telomere biology, and their cells can divide an infinite number of times without the telomeres shortening like the way humans do. And so he believed that there was more than that there's more to the story than just telomere biology. And he believes that there must be like a natural living code to the way the lobsters are using their energy field. And so he used something called a spectrometry to study the lobster's blood, and he found an interesting wavelength pattern, which then led him to connect to the biblical story of the tree of life and how it can provide a mechanism for preventing human aging. So you can kind of see here like the mastermind of his, like what's going through his head and how he comes to these things. So this is it. I just want to give a sort of snapshot, and then we'll go into a little bit more. So what this beautiful machine is going to do, this technology, is it's going to increase NAD production, growth hormone support, provides collagen synthesis, and overall cellular rejuvenation. And there are over 20 patents already filed on this water technology, which is going to serve as a foundation for the future products that are going to come out in the years to come. And so Lifewave is really here to change the game for holistic well-being. So how it works. You can see here in the back, I don't know if hopefully these pictures are clear. These are all snapshots from the actual convention. So how it works is the machine takes regular water, so tap water, spring water, and it passes through a multi-stage filtration process to remove contaminants like heavy metals, microplastics, and chemicals. And then it is charged with hydrogen. And then you can see this like sort of like black box here in the middle. This is the proprietary black box system that exposes the filtered water to specific electromagnetic fields and frequencies. And so this process causes a reaction that restructures the water molecules, creating a new form of water that has never existed before on the planet. And as I said before, it has 20 patents on this technology. The new water has light embedded into the molecular bonds of the water. So when somebody drinks this light embedded water, the light is then metabolized, so it's released and absorbed into the body, and then it triggers beneficial effects at the cellular level. And the process itself, the light infusion takes 45 minutes and it produces 2 to 3 glasses at a time. And so some benefits of drinking the Lifewave light infused water is, like I said, the increased NAD production. So you can just read below here of what NAD is, or you could do some more research on your end. Collagen synthesis, structure and strength. So collagen provides structure and strength to our body's skin, muscle, bones, connective tissues, and also, the age reversal things that we like anti-aging and wrinkle support. And then also growth hormone support. It elevates growth factors, leading to a dramatic increase in healing. We're going to receive hydration on a cellular level. It also provides faster wound healing and then youth renewal. So we're going to be rewriting our genes here. And he jokes about it, calling it lobster water.
Oh, and we want to see your photos. Can you share the screen again?
Oh, is it not sharing?
Or is it just me that can't see it?
Just you, I think, Melissa. I can
Oh,
see.
so sorry. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Here's another image of it here. So can you see it now, Melissa?
No, but it's okay if I can't because I've seen the presentation.
Okay, cool. Let's see, where were you? So he did a clinical study. He's already done clinical studies, and one of them shows measurable impact through blood tests, microscopy, and thermal imaging. And he did bioenergetic measurements. He used what's called a biopulsar to measure the energy across the organs. And the immediate changes were observed in the nervous system within seconds. So there were 80 participants. Out of the 80, 79 felt energy moving through their body in 15 seconds, and one person 2 minutes. And there was also an enormous electrical field was detected around the heart and the brain. And so what that means is really we're building this heart-brain coherence. So this is a breakthrough technology that's never been seen before. It's delivering light-based therapies directly into the body to stop and potentially reverse the aging process. This is going to serve as the foundation of future products, future technologies to come. David is very much so dedicated to this and to healing humanity. And this is a life technology company. We're not just a patch technology anymore. And also wanting to add that this doesn't take place of the patch. Like drinking the water doesn't take place of the patch. We're going to continue to wear X39 and the other patches. And the biophysical process where we stimulate the skin externally with light. And then we turbocharge the patch by internally stimulating the body by drinking and taking light inside the body, which is the chemical. Ooh. And I think that's it. You can get back to the person who invited you here if you have additional questions. And again, if you want to see the 2-hour presentation. I think that's it.
Perfect. Thank you. Sorry, Anna, if I interrupted you. I was like, oh, I really want to see the slides, but it was just me. So I'm glad you all can see it. Yeah, this is pretty incredible technology. And like An said, if you want to see the actual direct transmission from David himself, we'll send you the link, or the person that invited you here can send the link. It's mind-blowing how he decodes the scripture and finds the patterning and the coding. And he always gives credit to God, which is really beautiful. And so we're gonna now, so those are the two new technologies that are coming out with Lifewave. And we would love to share our own experiences from being there in person with 6,000 other light beings, and share our own transmissions from the experience. And We also have Nicole here, who was at the convention as well. Nicole, would you be ready and willing to share your experience of being there? Okay.
Thanks, Melissa, on Ariel, everyone who's shared so far. Thanks for being here today, whether you're on here live or watching the replay. My name is Nicole, and as Melissa mentioned, I had the honor, the privilege, the gift to be at the global conference in Dallas this year, and I really didn't know what I was walking into. It's difficult to, even in this moment, put into words what the experience is like, all of the thousands of details and hours and hours and hours of intention that went behind putting together what was put together for this event. And I really still feel a week later like I'm in this place of deep integration, and just really honoring myself in this time to allow this information to land, to soak in all of the inspiration, and even just hearing the shares already today, just witnessing that again and allowing it to go a layer deeper than what it already is, because we just took in so much. So first off, I'll share that I have been using the patches for just over a year now. I just passed my 1-year anniversary, and it has helped me tremendously, mostly in the area of my hormonal health, as well as in fitness and strength recovery. And for me, it's really important. I have a lot of tools in my toolkit, as Melissa was alluding to, and it's really, really important to me to try things for myself and to really get that sense and that experience and have that place to speak to from my own experience. And once I had the experience of wearing these patches, I felt so confident in sharing it with others. And that's really what makes this an effortless community, because you're just having these absolutely transformational experiences and you're just speaking from that place, and energy speaks, as we know. So to get to come into person amongst all of these other lights was the greatest gift. Prior to going to this conference, I had taken in a lot of the trainings and watched a lot of interviews. And one of the things that struck me most was the energy itself of David Schmidt. And not only do I need to align with the product itself and the effectiveness of it and how it feels and how it transforms my life, but it's really important for me to also tune into the vision and the energy behind the company. And that's one of the first things that I experienced when I listened to some of David Schmidt's interviews. And so knowing that already, that was what I was most looking forward to in being in person, in his presence, in his actual physical, energetic container, to see if that was, amplified, and to see if I got that same sense. And what I can tell you is that I definitely did, and so much more. The word that stands out to me the most is humility. And that was just on repeat over and over and over in witnessing this man. There was a lot of fanfare. They took care of us on a level that is beyond words, with all of the excitement, all the bells and whistles. But at the end of the day, if you took all of that away and those weren't present at all, I would still leave with the same feeling. I would still leave with the same inspiration. I would still leave with the same belief, simply from his presence and from his shares and from his vision and from his just being this gift on earth. And he has such a present role in his company. I know there was a lot of conversation around him being the first to every meeting, and he has a hand in every aspect of the company, which there are so many at this point that I honestly don't know how this man sleeps or finds time with his family, but he seems to really do it all. And he was so present and part of this, 20-year celebration. He came onto the stage often throughout the days of the conference. And those truly were my favorite parts of this conference. There were a lot of inspirational speakers, but every time he stepped onto that stage, I felt my connection to this company and why I'm there, why I'm aligned with what's happening here with Lifewave. We got to hear some of his story of the very humble beginnings, of some of the difficulties that this company has gone through. It started with such a clear vision. He speaks often, again, about his connection to God, and he has these downloads and visions as an inventor, and he truly just feels like it is his purpose and his mission, and really he is meant to just pass those along. He doesn't take credit for that. It's just something that he channels and is meant to give to humanity, but he chooses to do that. And he has continued to choose to do that despite some of the challenges and the bumps in the road, had such resilience in doing so. So as I watched him on this stage, that was the energy I was taking in, to know that this man stayed true to his dream and his vision for humanity all the way through. And now he got to stand there and look at 6,000 people, another 3,000 people online, and all the rest who weren't present at this conference reap the benefits of that persistence. And I think what also stood out to me was that those joining him on the stage carried that same energy and signature. So, sometimes we go to these things and we see the corporate suits, and there's a particular energy with that. He invited on stage a group of people to honor that have really stayed with him since day one. And each of those souls that spoke carried that same energy of humility, that they are here to help humanity. They're the first to go out to a disaster to help those, detoxing from difficult times that we've just recently navigated. And so I think my biggest takeaway from this conference is the energy that we're aligning with when we align with Lifewave. Just to add to that point, anyone that we spoke to at the conference center who was not a part of this conference, which most people were, it was absolutely enormous. We kind of took over the place, but anyone who wasn't there part of the conference reflected back a similar message, in that they felt the light of every soul present there. I had a beautiful conversation with someone working in the spa area of the hotel, and she just was filled with emotion. She said everyone that she connected with from this conference was led from the heart, connecting from the heart. There was no pushiness. There was no sales. It was just genuinely a community of individuals who wish to help to transform other people's lives, whatever that means for them. And so to have that reflected back by these souls that weren't part of the conference over and over again was such a gift, for that essence to truly be felt. And for those who are partners, for those who are sharing this gift, I think the simple takeaway from that was that everyone in the room is just like you. There is no one more special or unique than the next. They're not doing anything extraordinary other than connecting human to human and just sharing a gift from personal experience. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for taking the time to receive my message, and thank you for being here. It's life-changing, and it truly does feel like an honor when I sit with that, to know that somehow in my life I've aligned with this, and it's such a blessing. I'll pass the word.
That was so beautiful, Nicole. Such a beautiful, heart emojis, heart explosions. That was awesome. Thank you. So beautifully said and expressed. I think, yeah, Ann was saying I resonate. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. I would love to pass the word over to Ariel. If you're ready to share your experience and your transmission, I'll pass the word.
Thank you, Nicole, Anne, and Melissa, for all this beautiful sharing and all the preparation, like the presentation. Beautiful. It's an honor and blessing. I am relatively new to the team. I started using the package since June, but I'm the kind of like, I just follow my inner knowing. Usually something comes that I physically use, but I already connect with it in another room. So it was like, I know it works. Like when I reached out to Anne, I was like, okay, I know it's time for me to start using it. And then here it goes. And when I start using, it's like, ooh, just so much have shift. And I am here to build the coming golden age. So that's my mission on earth. And even when I was in Dallas, I was like, just I start using the patches in June, and then like just suddenly I just feel a lot of resonance with the, even though like my mind was like, okay, I know, there's a lot of amazing health benefits I can totally see because I know our human potential, our immortality, like that is when, our divine blueprint. But of course, a lot of things happen along the way to our DNA, and now we are very different from our divine blueprint. But I know that when going forward in the golden age, golden era, like these are coming back. So everything I do will be like aligning with that process. So when the technology came into my field, I was like, oh yeah, why not? Like it's this reverse aging, why not? That's in my reality. So, but I wasn't very much into the community or know too much about David and anything. And I just happened to find myself flying to Dallas from London. So it's quite a long trip. Just for that 4 days, and then now in Mexico City, making it a trip of it. Um, but I also always just trust my intuition, my divine guidance, just like, and I resonate a lot with David. And so being there, and I even the first night or so, I was like, I told Anders, like, I'm not quite sure why I'm here, but I'm here. And of course, I just here to like really hear the transmission from David. And I am very impressed. I have to say, I'm very impressed. It's not just about like, like this big celebration. We have a room fire in Guan Stephanie and the 6,000 people, like not just that, but it really gave me hope for humanity. Like, cause like I have the vision about humanity golden age, but looking at what happening right now is a bit far off. So like, but when I see the like how the technology, that golden thread is being woven through conscious entrepreneurship, uh, heart center companies that build technology because it's a very practical things that we have due to coming golden age. We need new business model, new technology to support different aspects of our life to ascend to that level. And so I gonna feel, oh my God, there's a hope for humanity. Yes, golden age, here we come. So and of course the technology themselves, I was like, yes, like of course now humanity is ready. Yay, let's go. So I feel very, very happy about that. And also one thing that I didn't expect that and I'm still like integrating a lot of the codes that I received, like from what they share and also in another dimensional field. But on a very practical human level, is like I really admire them to it's 20 years. And like hearing that how they came, oh my God, I got tears already. It's like the struggle, that they, because it's like all those like stories, right? That the hero's journey. Like you truly believe in your vision, you have this amazing product, but then like, oh, the reality, like challenges and struggle, don't even, if the company can survive like those early stages. And he believed, and then others believe that that's why we can get to celebrate the 20 years together. And so I was really touched by that and really feel like such an inspiration. Like if someone truly believe in something, regardless of the difficulty around, oh, just like that's what touched my heart. Yeah. Hmm. I think I'll leave it at that.
Oh, so beautiful. Thank you, Ariel. Yes, it was an honor to hear. He just came on stage, David Schmidt, and was like, I'm just going to be real with you, just me and you, nothing else. And I'm just going to tell you the journey and the story of Lifewave of the last 20 years. And I recorded it. So if you want that, I can send it to you because it was very touching, and how he holds his vision and turns to God for that support. And always, always, I think Nicole mentioned it, was in integrity, always. Like when they didn't have, back in the earlier days, the money to pay for staff, he used the money from his own savings account to make sure the staff had a Christmas, and just trusted. So they've come a long way. And yeah, so thank you, Ariel, for that, for your share, for your transmission. Would you like to share your experience from Dallas Convention?
Yes, thank you. Whew, thank you, Ariel. Thank you, Nicole. Your shares were just so touching and just very resonant with what you shared. And definitely a big piece of what I pulled, what I received from the convention, what I really left with and was impressed by was the amount of faith that everybody in the company, in the leadership had. And it really strengthened mine, because when we're on this journey, when we're doing this business and we're getting the no's and we're getting some pushback on network marketing and all of that stuff, it can definitely make you question, like, ooh, what am I doing? And like, why am I doing it? And is this the right business model for me? And I definitely in the past had to work through what network marketing was, like the stigma around it for myself and around sales. And so to be around so many people who were doing it in such integrity, who were doing it from their heart, and to see David, who is the light, who is like shining a light on what the possibilities of what network marketing can do. So it's like, now when I look at it, it's like, of course, our business model is network marketing, just being able to share light in this way. Of course, we're going to work with our network and our social network of and sharing this, because it's absolutely life changing. You wouldn't be able to receive these kind of this information and benefits and things like that had it not be through network marketing. And he always says that he will never like turn his back on network marketing, and some companies have, but he attributes the success of Lifewave and the health of others through network marketing. And so it was really beautiful just to see that. And you know, I came into Lifewave, or Lifewave came into my life, because of my overarching intention of wanting to help people to come into balance and harmony. You know, I started my journey offering Reiki sessions, sound healing, Ayurveda, coaching, somatic work. And what I was starting to see was, you know, this sort of like trading. It was, what I was seeing was not everybody's going to want to do that kind of work. And so how can I help as many people as possible in remembering why they're here, and helping them to remember their light, helping them to come into balance and harmony through the path of least resistance, right? Like, not everybody wants to do like that deep inner work, and that's okay. That's not everybody's journey. And so that's when Lifewave came into my life, and I really was able to see that through helping them see the benefits of the patch, and the patch reflecting their own inner light. And that's how I came here. And something that I've been sitting with from the convention was, so our new slogan, and it's much more than a slogan, is be the light. And we were asked, like, what does that mean for us? Like, what does being the light mean to you? What does sharing your light mean to you? And I was sitting with that, and what I see is we are a lighthouse, right? We're all of us, we are a child of God. We are reflections of God. We are an embodiment of God, however you want to use it. If God's not comfortable for you, you can use another term, but that's what we are. And so being this lighthouse, we're beaming out this light for everybody to see, like, what's possible, like the health benefits. It's like not only that, but abundance in all forms, right? Because in order to help people, we need money, right? We need to, like, and money doesn't necessarily buy happiness, but it can definitely support us in helping other people, and so on and so forth. And that does bring that happiness, right? That does bring that joy, that sense of fulfillment. And in activating our light, being that light, we also get to remember that we are the true creators of our life. And if everybody can remember that, then we're not going to be manipulated. We're not going to be controlled. We're going to be sovereign. We're going to remember how powerful we are. Yeah, and I think that's complete for me.
Thank you, An. So beautiful. All of your shares, they're so resonant. So thank you. I know I've weaved a little bit of my experience and what stood out to me through this. I think like Nicole said, my for me to go all in on something and go behind something is like I don't take that lightly. Like I comb through everything and I want to make sure that I am aligned with this, like who's behind all of this? How do they see the world? What are their intentions? What do they align with? Like so so for me, this is my second convention. I did go last year. And I was like, I need to be around David. I need to feel his direct energy just to feel and to know. And each time I go like on set, it just strengthens even more, even more. And also to see him like step into his faith even more and to share more proudly and to share more boldly the things that he says. For me, he is um aware of what's going on in the world, and that was really important to me to stand behind someone that sees what's going on. And um yes, so so that was yeah, that was really important for me to align with that. There was some guest speakers. We ran into someone in the lobby, myself and Nicole, and my mom was also there, and my stepdad. We fangirled over him. Mickey Willis, he is the creator of the documentary Plandemic, and we're like, oh my gosh, why are you here taking selfies? Like, are you here for the Lifewave convention? He's like, yeah, actually, I am following David Schmidt for the last 4 months, creating a documentary around his technology and the technology that's coming out. And we're like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. And that was just like, just for us, like, I think Ariel mentioned on one of her Instagram stories, like the divine masculine coming together to stand up for us, like what's happening. And like, we're all coming together to be this light, to shine brighter. And when we do that, it does expose the darkness within ourselves and with everything else. And so that was like a real fangirl moment of Mickey Willis. By the way, he's so handsome. Not to say that. His eyes, like, wow. But just being in that divine masculine, it's just really inspiring, and hopeful is the word that we've used a couple times. There's just been so much hope offered from this experience of being in Dallas together, and like the tech that's coming. And what was really important to me too is that alignment to God or source or universe, whatever word you want to resonate with that light. Um, yeah. So I'm still also integrating. It's so much information that just comes at you, and then just seeing the girls in person, it's just a really, really powerful experience to be at convention. So very honored. And I also like on had to work through a lot of network marketing stuff. And what I just keep coming back to is that this is so much bigger than just me and like my own stories. But through this process, I actually get to look at a lot of those stories. And that's the actual gift of being in this kind of industry is we get to look at some of those projections that we have within ourselves, within others. And we get to do it in a way that is from the heart and not from a way that's like gripping or whatever. I like to look at it as like open palm. We're sharing this with open palm and being that beacon of light. So yeah, so I totally understand and resonate with that. And we're already almost at the hour. And so as we spoke about through this call, Lifewave was a patch company and then shifted to a wellness company. And now we have shifted into a life technology company. And An did mention this in her water share that David Schmidt is going to be presenting over the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, even 10 years of the tech that's going to be coming out from this new technology with the water that has never been on this planet before. And he's going to share how we're going to be able to support ourselves and our families, our wellness, our longevity, and it will be all encompassing so that ourselves and our families can be self-supportive. And so just to wrap up this call, this beautiful, beautiful call, as a reminder, at the end of the day, we have these new technologies coming out. At the end of the day, the X39 is the foundation, is our foundation. It has been our foundation. And activating our own stem cells is the holy grail of healing, and we want our stem cells activated. And so just to wrap all of this up, so we wear the patches, we use the supplements that will be coming out, and then we use the water with the supplements as a delivery mechanism to hydrate, but also to infuse every single cell in our body with light. With light. We will be infusing our cells with light. So, I just want to say thank you so much for your curiosity and for being here on this call with us live, or if you're watching the replay. And, get back with the person that invited you here. They're more than happy to help answer any questions that you may have or help point you in the direction to watch some of the videos from convention, getting the direct transmission from David, or get the PDFs of the ingredients and the supplements, which I think Chelsea put in the chat. And so that is everything. Thank you so much. And if this resonates, we hope to see you in our family. And either way, thank you for being here and for your curiosity and for your love and your presence. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.